Let me begin with a simple but uncomfortable observation. Many serious aspirants practice hundreds of CSAT questions. They solve percentage, they solve ratio, they solve time and work. They feel prepared, and yet when they enter the exam hall, CSAT still feels unpredictable. Some questions feel easy, some feel confusing, some feel like traps. So most aspirants conclude CSAT is getting difficult, quant is unpredictable. But that conclusion is wrong. CSAT does not test calculation, it tests recognition. It tests recognition under pressure. Because UPSC is not repeating questions, it repeating traps. And today we are going to decode those traps so that in prelim 2026 so that in prelims 2026 you don't just attempt the paper, you control the paper. So let us understand what actually happens inside the exam hall. That is the real exam hall problem. A student sees a question immediately, they start solving. They assume this is percentage, this is ratio, and without thinking, they apply a method. But after 1 minute, something feels off. After 2 minutes, they are stuck. After 3 minutes, they panic. The problem is not lack of knowledge. The problem is trap misclassification. If you misclassify the question, you misread the structure. If you misread the structure, you waste your time. And in CSAT, time loss is more dangerous than wrong answers. So now let me show you the actual structure behind CSAT questions. That is called the Metis trap pyramid. So this is what I called the Metis trap pyramid. Layer 1, that is surface. It consists 3 layers. Layer 1 surface, layer 2 structure, and layer 3 the damage. The layer 1 surface. This is what the question looks like. Percentage, ratio, average, time and work. This is where UPSC misleads you at the surface level. Then layer 2, that is structure. This is what the question actually is. Base value shift, equation formation, constraint logic, hidden totals, etc. This is where toppers operate. Layer 3, the damage. This is what happens if you fail. You apply the wrong method. You waste 2 to 3 minutes. Your rhythm breaks. And CSAT start punishing you. UPSC does not trap you with difficulty. It traps you with misdirection. So now let us decode the exact traps of UPSC repeats. The most important CSAT traps are five. We are going to discuss here. That is trap number one, percentage. Income is constant. Income is constant. Expenditure changes. Students apply percentage formulas. But UPSC is not asking percentage. It is asking what remains. In CSAT, percentage is rarely percentage. It is always about base that is constant. Trap to ratio. Ratio looks simple, but when values change, ratio becomes an equation. Convert into actual values. This is the trap number two, that is ratio. Trap number three, average. Average looks easy, but UPSC hides the total. First, reconstruct the total, then solve the question. Trap number four, time and work. Students think in days. UPSC thinks in rate. It's not time, it is efficiency. Trap number five, number system. Students try brute force. UPSC gives constraints. Solving using elimination. CSAT questions are not difficult. They are incorrectly recognized. What is the biggest mistake? Students start solving before they start recognizing. And this one mistake destroys their entire paper. So you have to understand what actually they are asking is. After recognizing only, you can solve the question. Now, what should you do in the exam? Before solving any question, ask yourselves, what does this look like? What is actually testing? Is there a hidden structure? If not clear, skip immediately. This is 10-second rule, what we called the 75-25 rule. What is this actually? 75% direct questions, 25% trap questions. in the CSAT. You clear CSAT by selection, not by solving everything. You have to identify what the direct questions are or what the trap questions are. No need of solving everything here. CSAT is not a mathematics exam. It is a decision making exam under time pressure. And and if you recognize the trap, you control the paper. Thank you and all the best.